we are the proper. We are the top of the topper. Reggae dancehall with the cream of the cropper. Tully Tools, Larry T, run them red. Right.
All day cruise. I'm down into my roots, yeah.
Oh yeah.
In the morning light I rise with the sun. Feet on the earth, the day's just begun. Wind in my ear, feel the rhythm of the sea. Life is so simple, put my mind at ease. Hear the drum beat, it echoes in my soul. The heartbeat is making me whole.
Greetings, greetings, greetings.
My role in the earth, I find I'm grounded to my roots, yeah. I'm grounded.
On this episode, another crazy episode of LNTLive. Woo! I know Kelvin is lit already, so that's why I had to just hold on.
Hype him up some more.
Welcome to
Too much of a high note.
Too much of a high note? That's exactly what. That's what we want.
That's the kind of episode
It's the kind of episode that we need.
That's right.
It's been a while.
It has.
Welcome to LNTLive. I go by the name Tully Tools, your girlfriend's favorite DJ, and alongside me right here in Johannesburg, South Africa, it's the one and only
Zam Bam with the biggest jams that you've seen this far. Now you're bingy piercing up in this.
Hectic. Just a reminder, the first segment is supposed to be chilled.
Yes, reggae.
The first segment is the reggae segment. If it's your first time tuning in to LNTLive, the first segment is supposed to. We don't know how chill the first segment is going to be today, but the first segment is supposed to be chilled. And all the way in Bahrain, the producer of the Produceless is the one and only, your girlfriend's favorite. Is your girlfriend's favorite who?
I practiced. I swear, I practiced.
Sorry.
Larry, can you please rescue me? I practiced. I forgot.
Sorry, let's hear it. Sorry. All the way in Bahrain, it's...
Larry, please do my intro.
No, they're talking to you.
The one who does lyrics to the lyrics. I just said a bit too much today. Larry,
Okay, let's do it like this. Let me ask Larry to introduce you.
Thank you.
Yo.
Thank you.
Yes. So firstly, let me introduce Larry. All the way in the UK. So I have to introduce Larry first, and then he'll introduce you. All the way in the UK. The voice that doesn't need no introduction. NNT sound voice. Your girlfriend. And maybe your wife's. Most probably your wife's favorite voice. It's the one and only Larry T, the Gullah Prince. How you doing, father?
Greetings, family. I'm doing Irie. Hope everybody is blessed and doing well so far. So, we've got our producer, the one and only producer who brings live to some artists' dead lyrics all the way in Bahrain, the one and only Riddim Don.
Yes, the one who brings life to dead lyrics. Yeah, I don't know. I had forgotten I was quoting lyrics to the dead life.
I thought you wrote it down.
I did, bro. I practiced this week, I swear. I practiced, bro.
It will be easier if you go back to the episode where I introduced it that way. And you practice from there.
And practice from what's already been put for you.
Next episode, I got you. Watch out.
Yes. Okay, before we get back to the music, just quickly tell them what we're going to be doing, what this show is about. Just so they understand also the music that we play.
So, as you've already said, the first segment of the show, we talk roots, we talk reggae, when we delve into topics that are relevant to that particular genre. And then the second segment, we go dancehall, we go unruly, as the Larry T always says. But the theme for today, we are currently celebrating Africa Month.
And Traore.
Month. Tully Tools calls it Traore Month. And we'll talk a bit more about the legendary Traore. But the overall theme today is celebration of Africa, the beautiful continent of God, the beautiful continent of amazing minerals. And we're going to be talking about reggae and dancehall in the second segment. In the African context, what does it look like? The impact of reggae in Africa. So stay tuned. It's going to be informative. It's going to be fun. And we're going to be celebrating the motherland. Welcome to it. It's LNTLive.
All day cruise.
This playing in the background is taken from the Riddim. This is Lavoro Duro. Grounded Roots.
In the morning, lights I rise with the sun. Feet on the earth, the day's just begun. Wind in my ear, feel the rhythm of the sea. Life is so simple, put my mind at ease. Hear the drum beat, it echoes in my soul. The heartbeat is making me whole. With every step, I search for my role. In the earth, I find my I'm grounded to my roots, yeah. I'm grounded to my roots. No put mama in a disrepute. I'm grounded to my roots, yeah. I'm grounded to my roots. No link up with no bad institute. I'm grounded to my roots, yeah. I'm grounded to my roots. No link up with no bad institute. I'm grounded to my roots, yeah. I'm grounded to my roots. Yeah, yeah. Now watch it.
It's a long time, a day I kill Kurata, baby. Oh gosh, long time, a day I kill Kurata, baby. Oh gosh, woman, me tell us Kantira, me tell us forever. We coulda be together, get right away na pela. You can't go on pela, girlfriend, say me there. You bought away na pela, God no. I keep on trying to make you see the truth. You think I'm lying. I never tell the truth. I keep on trying to make you see the truth. You think I'm lying. I never tell the truth. My type of girl, me want treat you like a diamond and pearls. Let me tell you my love, mash up me world. You want more than the diamond and pearls. Let me tell you my love, like a ring.
This is gonna be the voice of Tandolu. Sedli say. The name of the track is Jeshi. She goes by the name Nile Daughter, all the way from Kenya. So we're taking a journey around Africa today. Eh?
Yes, some of them call it the diaspora.
So some of them.
Some of them. So as we said, this segment we're speaking about everything reggae and Africa. I want to do a quick challenge, right? We're going to go one by one and we're going to do an African greeting until we've run out. Ne? So I'm going to start.
Jeez.
And
okay.
so I'll go first, then Trudy Tools, Larry, Calvin, me. And then we'll go around in a circle. Greetings in our African languages. Okay, I'll start. Sanbonani, that is Zulu.
Dumelang, that is Tswana.
Molweni, Xhosa.
Legai, Spedi.
Hey. Habari, that's Swahili.
Out. It's done. Out. You're out. Next.
How am I
next? Tuli.
It took too long. Damn. Okay, continue, Tuli. I'm out.
Goeiemorgen.
Ah, nice.
That is Afrikaans.
Yes.
Masquerade say! Shama them! Big up on yourself.
Magadi Shona.
No.
Still the same. No. It's different.
Okay, salam. That is Amharic. No?
Is that?
It's Amharic. And we've got a lot of countries that speak Amharic in Africa. Why am I losing?
Jambo Abariako. That's Swahili.
Okay. Larry?
Good evening. That is
Da.
English, for we have English people in Africa then.
Barmi.
Big up on yourself. Yeah.
Oh, that's
You
bad.
think I went
Shout
to law
out.
school for nothing? You think I went to law school for free? Go.
Absheni, that is Tonga.
Hek, tek, bon dia. That is, bon dia is good morning or good day. That's Portuguese.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Look at Larry. Larry, don't look at me like that.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Cuckoo?
What language is that?
That's hi there in French, I think. Cuckoo?
No. Come
Yeah.
Bonjour. Is it not
on. You
bonjour?
couldn't say bonjour.
No, but bonjour is like hello, but hi there is cuckoo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. C-O-U. Google it up. Google it up. Now I'm out. I have nothing to cheat with. Now I'm out. So let's go again.
Does anyone know any other ones before we wrap up the game?
Larry?
They're just stuck there on my tongue. I can't even
I
say
have
it.
another one.
You're going to remember them
another
after the show.
Should I take the throne?
Take
Yes.
the throne to it.
Muribanji.
Muriwanji.
We are done now.
And if that is not hello enough,
Africa wide then.
welcome to the show. And if that wasn't a greeting enough, we've greeted you in all the languages we know. Drop us your greeting from wherever you're listening to.
Yeah.
From Cape all the way to Cairo. Greetings, more love.
Exe, fede. No?
Fede,
Indeed.
Itaola,
Indeed.
Wagwan.
Yes,
see.
I.
Cuckoo. Come and say cuckoo. Cuckoo. So we're talking about Africa Month, and we'll go around as well again just to speak about what Africa Month means to us, what is being Africanist, and how does it feel to be an African? Well, we're African all the time, but similar to Black History Month in the States, we've also got a month of our own where we celebrate being African. And just to give a bit of a history about Africa Month, it's a month of May, which is the month we're in now, and it's celebrated in honor of unity, diversity, and the rich heritage of the African continent. We are meant to commemorate the founding of the Organization of African Unity, known as the OAU, and now currently known as the African Union, the AU. And it was founded on the 25th of May in 1963, which is to date marked Africa Day. What does Africa Day mean to you, Tuli Tools?
Nothing.
Batung?
I love your honesty.
Nothing, really.
It means nothing. Why?
It does not mean anything to me. What's Africa? I've never celebrated Africa Day. We've never had a bribe. We've never done anything for Africa. What do we do for Africa Day that we're not doing? We're in Africa.
It's just
every
a
day.
commemoration. It's
Every
a
day
commemoration.
every day for me. I don't know. Is Africa
Do you
Day.
feel like that about other public holidays? To say, like for example, Youth Day.
It's not a public
women-
holiday, is it?
It's not a public holiday. So Africa Day is actually not a public holiday.
So it should be every day. Then.
It's just a commemoration. It's like a birthday, guys. It's like a birthday, right?
When Africa was
Yes,
born.
but
It's not when
tell the
Africa
people
was
them to
born.
rest at home and not go at work.
No,
No,
Zimbabwe
guys.
celebrates it.
Yes,
It's a public
you see,
holiday.
it was quite a big thing
Some countries do, eh?
growing up in Zimbabwe. But when I moved to South Africa with disappointment, it was not fun.
How did you guys celebrate it in Zimbabwe?
we wouldn't go to school, which was a huge thing. And the parents them would be around. which was also a killer thing. It was but prior to that, right? Prior to that, like because I was still in primary school, last time I remember celebrating Africa Day, we would then have sort of competitions that are themed towards
Africanism,
somewhat with, like speeches,
like
stuff
poetry,
and traditional dances, poetry, and even a soccer match and stuff. So there would be something that would happen towards. So it was an event in Zimbabwe. I was surprised in South Africa it wasn't.
Do you think it's necessary? Because I love what you're talking about, right? It's like, if it's Africa Day, let the kids go to school, if they are going to school, go to school in the African regalia, maybe do speeches about, give a topic of your African story. Do you think, Calvin, from your experience and what you had growing up, if that is a necessary thing for people like Tuli Tools to start celebrating and recognizing Africa Day?
Yes, to
We're coming to
celebrate Africa Day, you must wear your hair down. But yeah, on a more serious note, I think it's really important. Like a lot of our identities is being watered down, right? Whether intentionally or unintentionally, it's been watered down, and that sense of pride is going with each generation. The Hennessy taking toll with each generation. So I think it's important to celebrate it, and it being a point of reference to who we are, where we are coming from, and what we are seeking to achieve as a continent. I think it's important. Hopefully, it
once a year.
works, but yeah.
Well, in other countries, in South Africa, we've got Heritage Month, which is September, which is it's a similar thing, but its history is quite different. And I think it's interesting to learn today that Africa Month was established because of the organization, the African Union, right? And there is a point of reference to why it exists.
Yeah.
It was a day where African nations got together and said, we're going to form this one Africa type of thing, which we'll delve a bit deeper into it.
Okay, I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. But the whole celebrating Africa, that's not being done enough also.
It's not being done enough, yes.
And which should be done every day.
Yes, it shouldn't feel like you're dressing up only during Africa Month or during Heritage Month.
Yeah, it should feel normal. We should have an African day. We should have European Day.
I get what you're saying, Tuli.
Where one day in the year we celebrate Europe and we dress European or American.
We've got a lot of American and Western.
Wait till the other Rasta as well.
Huh?
You say wait till the Rastas hear the side. What I'm saying is we already do celebrate a lot of the Western things, like cultures. We wear it every day. We speak
That's what
the
I'm
languages
saying. That's what
every
I'm saying,
day.
that it should be the other way around. That's what I'm saying.
True story.
Yeah.
True story. Larry.
Yes, thank you.
What's your view, Larry, on Africa Day? And is it a necessary thing? Do you also what's your vibe?
I feel like it kind of lost its value. And like what Tuli is saying, there's no particular reason to be celebrating it, especially when the leaders themselves who made to form that organization kind of seem like they're not even united. So there's nothing that you are really celebrating there.
I hear you, Larry, because it's based on African unity, and it feels like Africa's quite divided, right?
Yeah.
So what are we celebrating when we are divided? Okay, geez, you guys are deep. Okay. Okay.
Tell us about how was your last African Day celebration?
I celebrate Africa Day, but I hear you as well about like.
How do you celebrate Africa Day?
I dress up. And I partake in whatever activities. So back in the day, not back in the day, I'm not that old, but there used to be, I don't know if it was during this month, in town, they used to host different events for Africa Day, like with live music, and you go listen to live bands and stuff. There was an event at Baseline, not by the reggae scene, but it was, I think it was back to Africa or something. It was hosted by Kwela Khobe. Who used to do like Fela Kuti kind of nights and that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
So I do celebrate it, and I do see its necessity, especially for the children growing up now. We are raising global citizens, right? So they do get sucked in by the West, as we all do get, but with them, like, you kind of do need reminders of saying, hey, today is Africa Day. Oh, what does Africa Day mean? And then you teach them. Oh, okay, today is Heritage Day. What does Heritage Day mean? Whoa, mommy, what language am I? What tribe am I from?
Yeah.
And then when they go to school, they're like, yeah, I'm a Zulu boy. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it helps with bringing up the conversation.
It's just a game.
It's just a game. You know, and we'll talk a bit later as well about the importance of language. But for me, that's one of the things that these kinds of commemoration remind us of. And I'm quite touched by what you guys are saying about the foundation of Africa Month being unity and Africa not being united. You spoke about Traore in the beginning. Is there a future African, United States of Africa? Do you guys think it's a possible thing?
I think it's something we all pray for as Africans. Well, for me, let me speak for myself. Something I pray for, because it would really be dope for just, a united Africa. Because Africa is so rich. And like, the guys in Burkina Faso have seen that, have realized that, and have made people see that. That we can do this.
We can do this on our own without the West.
Do this. Yeah, we can do a lot. That there's a lot that we can do
when we come together.
Yeah.
Larry, do you think United States of Africa is a possibility? And what do you think it would take to create that?
It's a possibility and it's a must. We just need to make sure that we kind of get rid of old kids in parliament.
Yeah,
have
man.
the younger generation,
Fresh perspective.
Yeah, like how come everyone else retires at a certain age?
But in politics, they don't.
The thing is, they set a retirement age, but they don't retire, They say you must retire from work at age 60, 65, you should be retiring. But they're there in the parliament, in the presidential seats at 70, 80s. So,
it's obsession with power. They don't want to let go of power.
80 wakes up to go to work. It is
so
wild.
if we manage to have like the younger generations,
Stepping
and also
up.
getting advice from the elders, they're sitting on the sides, giving advice to the younger generation, guiding them, it's a possibility.
And it's a must. Calvin, do you think a united Africa is in the hands of the youth? Or how do you think we can achieve a united Africa?
I think I'll start by saying not in our lifetime, unfortunately. But is it something that I see happening? I think so. I think we're starting to see a shift when it comes to like politics and leadership, a movement away from, the struggle for liberation, right? Towards perhaps maybe the struggle for democracy. I see them as separate.
Yeah.
And I think the more we move towards a struggle for democracy and liberalism, the more we get closer to that, but not in our lifetime. Maybe our children or our children's children will then get to experience that, but unfortunately we were born perhaps too early. Like you, our generation is still dependent on those that liberated us. And
is it that we are dependent or they make us dependent?
It's a bit of both. Because you know why I think it's a bit of both, right?
Forced dependency.
Yeah, it's a bit of both because firstly, the system that exists currently, they keep you and me dependent on them. But then at the same time, you actually have to realize whoever is leading now, at some time when they were 35, 40, when they were 30, they actually took up arms and fought to be in charge. We're not doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get
Yeah,
your
we're
point.
also just trying to survive, you know?
Yeah, we are waiting for them to hand over the baton, whereas for them, they made a call to say this is not right. The only difference is maybe it will be black on black, but still, I think it's still as important. But yeah.
Aluta continua. Shout out. No, yeah. You just joined us. We're talking about Africa Month and the importance of being patriotic. Do you think, how was your listener back at home? What is your perspective of Africa Month? the role it plays is African unity and possibility in our lifetime. This is LNTLive. When we come back from the music, we're going to touch back on the purpose of the show, which is reggae music and its impact in Africa. Stay tuned.
What goes around comes around.
Skeleton blaze this.
What you reap is what you sow. Whoa, 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 whoa. You will see when the moon comes around. Yeah, what you reap is what you sow. Whoa, 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 whoa. You will see when the moon comes around. Yeah, no, when it's dark, the friends are few. Surely they will make like the morning dew. You will see clearly when the skies are blue. They will disappear and forget you. When you start to realize they'll be gone, them say them dust you, you are done. Keep your head up and be a real man. No one to help you, you are alone. Yakaye, what you reap is what you sow. Whoa, 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 whoa. You will see when the moon comes around. Yeah, what you reap is what you sow. Whoa, 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 whoa. You will see when the moon comes around. Yeah, just stand, don't wait for tomorrow. Fix your ways even though it is narrow. You can't just plant potato and reap tomato. Remove your veil and see through your window. You cannot drink whiskey and get sober. Wake up and live, don't be a loser. I know you can make it to the top and be a winner. Show your strength, don't bow to the slave master. What you reap is what you sow. Whoa, 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 whoa. You will see when the moon comes around. Yeah, what you reap is what you sow. Whoa, 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 whoa. You will see when the moon comes around.
Play reggae music, make the people them go dance. Reggae music, it a go put them in a this trance. This reggae music teach the people them go dance. If you not feel it, reggae music bring balance. Turn up the song, cut the biggest song I play up in the radio. Listen how the bass italic, yeah, this next turn up the stereo. Let me know. When reggae music is a play, it's like a fresh breath of air. Oh, tell me, can you feel? When see reggae music is a play, me feel fly like a bird. True that, make me fly like a bird. Free up the African race right now. Reggae music expose them songs. Turn up the bass, turn up the speakers and more. It name reggae and it's taking control. Clear up your mind so you better understand. Face all the obstacles we have to apprehend. Like an hourglass, give the people them this under. This reggae music never stay underground. When the reggae music is a play, it's like a fresh breath of air. Oh, tell me, can you feel? When the reggae music is a play, me feel fly like a bird. Do that.
You better stand up. Everybody stand up. A one, two, three. ganja planter. Call me the ganja dada. Dip down on your bed when me put the ganja. Babylon come and light it up on fire, me chant. Me the your ganja dada. Call me the ganja farmer. Dip down on your bed when me put the ganja. Oh, education time. My people perish, not a lack of knowledge, but because the scriptures are written in their homage. How I tell lie, 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 lie. Oh no, you are the church, most and the synagogue, everything with them.
The voice of Nile daughter again.
I take yourself.
Shout out to my people in Kenya.
Out. Yes, I'm a ganja planter. Call me the ganja dada. Dip down on your bed when me put the ganja. Babylon come and light it up on fire, me chant. Me the your ganja dada. Call me the ganja farmer. Dip down on your bed when me put the ganja. Oh, education time.
None of them don't love you. They see the fire burning within. They wanna kill it slowly. You better rise like the phoenix from the ashes, spitting tongues of fire so the wicked may be scattered. Oh.
From Kenya,
None of them
we bring it back to South Africa. The voice of Anela Jamena. The name of the track is Phoenix.
You better rise like the phoenix from the ashes, spitting tongues of fire so the wicked may be scattered. Hey.
Taken from the album, The Rise.
She lose your attention, call a fisherman. Her spiritual sounds catch you off guard. Hook, line, and sinker. Real warrior woman, the fucking mistake of honor. She's the mother of boys. True strength and resilience. Watch a much of show love. Hear the universe call on it. Anela Jamina, Anela Jamina. None of them don't love you. They see the fire burning within. They wanna kill it slowly. You better rise like the phoenix from the ashes, spitting tongues of fire so the wicked may be scattered. Oh, none of them don't love you. They see the fire burning within, they wanna kill it slowly. You better rise like the phoenix from the ashes, spitting tongues of fire.
One for the money, two for the show. So get them around to no joke. Some money, one for the money, two for the show. So get them around. One ziggy, two ziggy, four ziggy. Cash in my pocket, each gun ziggy. Take ziggy in the four ziggy.
The voice of Ross Caleb. Ziggy Marie.
One for the money, two for the show. So get them around to no joke. Some money, one for the money, two for the show. So get them around to no joke. Some money, one ziggy, two ziggy, four ziggy. Cash in my pocket, each gun ziggy. Take ziggy in the four ziggy. They can't see the budget. One ziggy, two ziggy, four ziggy. Cash in my pocket, each gun ziggy. Take ziggy in the four ziggy. They can't see the budget. Mas can never know the cash and never know you spend. I wanna boys my hard worker. Cushion the legal tender. Ziggy, ziggy.
So just in case you've been wondering, all the music that we've been played is from African artists, right? Just in case you're wondering.
One ziggy, two ziggy, four ziggy.
A big shout out to you and you, whoever you are, wherever you tune it in from. A big shout out to you.
Two ziggy, four ziggy. Cash in my pocket, each gun ziggy. Take ziggy, in the four ziggy. They can't see the party. Mariango,
So, yeah, hey, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, right? And I hope I don't get cancelled for it. But like, I think we've come a long way from like Kajube
Yes.
to where we are right now.
Long way how? From
Like-
states of reggae and amount of reggae in
The sound.
Africa.
I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like we've evolved. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, right? But like the Lucky Dube sound, I don't know how reggae it is. Correct me if I'm wrong.
To current reggae, because I think what
to like,
even
because Lucky Dube's reggae is like different reggae. It's kind of has a mixture of like
Maskandi.
it's more the older version, the older reggae.
It's got the
Sounds like
it's got a touch of Maskandi in it, so
it's got a
Yes.
touch of Muskandi. But actually, should we have ran with that sound and kept it as South African reggae
I think so.
instead of trying to?
I don't know. We're gonna play a modernized version of African fusion into the reggae vibe later. Ne? I think that was an era.
Yeah.
The doo,
Yeah.
doo, doo. Right. It was that era. You must remember it also back in Bob Marley's times. It was like the authentic reggae sound. Music evolves, and you ask the question if it's a good or a bad thing.
But the
music
thing is,
evolves with
yeah.
its people, right? So
'Cause I don't-
music evolves in generally. So we've got more electronic influences on music, whereas back in the day it wasn't as electronic. That's just my
there's
observation.
more of instruments. Yeah, there's more
it was
live,
more
live
instrumental.
instrumentation.
I
Yes.
hear you. Music evolves, but what I'm saying is, shouldn't we have evolved from that sound? Because I don't think we evolved from that sound. Even though we also evolved, I feel, it's my opinion, I think we evolved from the Jamaican reggae still.
Well, that posed the question: is reggae African or Jamaican?
Started in
Jamaican is
Africa, but it's Jamaican.
Jamaican is African.
Yeah.
Most people who are Jamaican are from Africa, so reggae is
African.
literally
I'll say it's
African.
Jamaican.
So can
But
we,
Jamaican-
with our chest, say reggae is
Jamaican of African
music?
descent.
Yes.
I can't.
What Larry
can't.
said.
I can't.
What Larry said. Larry, say that again?
Say that again, Larry.
I say that Jamaicans are of African descent,
Yes.
right? So it means reggae music is from Africa.
Is African music.
It's different type of
But-
Africans who were like taken during slavery, abandoned in an island, came together, started a sound, which is reggae.
Okay.
They are
started it
they are
in
all
Jamaica.
African.
They started it there.
They started it in Jamaica.
Because my next question was going to be, then should there be, if reggae music is African music fundamentally, then is there a distinction between African reggae and the rest of reggae or Jamaican reggae?
I feel like there should be a distinction, though. No?
Why?
90% comes from the production side of it,
Or maybe not. I guess.
not
I
the
don't know.
sound.
Look, there's 2 points here. I'm
Yeah.
gonna disagree with the first one. I think reggae is more Jamaican than African, because I believe it's part of those musical identities that started when people moved to the Caribbean, moved to the Americas. The same way it's related to stuff like blues and like rhythm and blues R&B, and neo soul and stuff. It's those genres that were predominantly sort of black people, but they're quite different from traditional African music,
Yes.
which was being played here in Africa. That's where I see the difference.
Do you think there's a need
yeah.
for African reggae then? Or should we just
I
stick?
think
just
so.
reggae.
I think so. I think so. I think at some point we ought to have established our own identity, which was why I liked what Lucky Dube and Machikos were doing. That because it was our own thing, right? We literally could relate. No one could do that. Like no one,
Yeah.
no one knew where those sounds were coming from. So I thought we should have grown that. Whereas I think at that time everyone was fighting to sound as authentic Jamaican as possible. That's why maybe Lucky
Is that why
Dube-
there's a
Do you
gap?
think we
That's the way we
backtracked
are.
then? Do you think we backtracked then? Because remember, we have this conversation quite often on the show around Mzansi reggae, for example.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about, other reggae music in the diaspora. But with Mzansi reggae, do you feel like it goes back to your question of we didn't evolve from like Idube. Did we devolve and now try and sound like Jamaicans versus having our own authentic reggae sound?
I think instead of building from where Lucky Dube started, instead of building from there, we chose to start building from
to leave it there and start something else.
Yeah.
Do you think we're successful?
Yeah, it takes me back to
but
Horrible imitations of Jamaican music.
Damn.
it takes me to some. I once watched this interview of Thomas Mafumo. He was talking about that, like we are saying we've got Zim Dancehall and what. The thing is, we are failing to go far because we went out there and took some people's culture and made it ours.
Oh, but guys, inspiration 100%. Is a thing, though. Like, and we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there, you know. But because there's different things that influence music, right? And maybe we should talk about it now. There's the language. Okay, there's instruments and the production, as Calvin was saying earlier on. There's production. Do you think, like, is it a bad thing to be inspired by, you know, the Jamaican sounds and wanting to sound just as cool as them?
no, it's not bad.
It's not a bad thing.
I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad, but I just feel like, you know what I believe, right? I feel like music is it's a culture, it's such an identity, right?
Yeah.
And the moment you try to copy someone, they're gonna sound better than you at that. Let's look at dancehall itself, right? You can't out dancehall someone like Vibes Cartel.
No,
because for them it's life. It's like hip hop as well. It's literally who they are. It's their identity. It's their life. It's their culture. You know what I mean?
True
Whereas
story.
for you, you're trying to adopt an accent. You're trying to adopt a tone. That is not you. Whereas for them, they're literally being themselves. They're talking about the things that happen on their streets.
That's how they talk.
And that's why it was weird.
Exactly, that's how they talk. That's literally how they talk. Whether they are singing, they are sleeping, if they are dreaming, that's how they dream. You can't compete with that.
With that being said, because the core of reggae music is unity, resistance, liberation. It was talking about the struggles of the black people that side. Do you think, as a tool, because it wasn't originated by us, do you think that reggae is a tool for those kinds of movements in Africa, right? In general, we know that reggae, we know Bob Marley stood for unity. He stood, you know, we've got these general themes of reggae music, which is resistance, unity, and whatnot. Do you think in Africa it's got the same effect with our African artists and our African music?
As in, do our artists also sing about the same things?
And when they do, is it effective? Because I know they do.
I think different parts of the world, of the continent, it might.
The artists who do that, who do sing, still sing. They do sing the message, fighting the cause. You know, the only thing now that's happening is once you become too vocal about a particular situation, the big guys will think that you are attacking them, and they've got whatever that they want to protect, which your lyrics kind of seem to go against them. So you become cancelled. So now most artists, because they want to be played on radio, they'll choose not to sing about that.
They choose the shadow
So
topics.
we are literally having artists being silenced. Not directly, but indirectly.
Through fear.
Yeah.
Which genres
So
doing
most
it now, though?
Most artists you see that like most artists who are not being played on radios or TV and stuff, if you go and look for their music, you'll find like if it's their reggae music, they are talking about the cause, what reggae music is meant to be.
But they're not commercialized. You know, hip hop's got the same history, right? Hip hop's also about the struggle, talking about what's happening in the streets, people's real lives. Do we have the same kind of problem in that genre, or is it a reggae problem, Calvin?
I think it's a music problem.
Yeah.
I don't think it's reggae specific or genre specific anymore. Unlike back in the day where you would have various kind of genre or artists just fighting the cause and participating in the struggle in some shape or form. Nowadays, let's see, who in the last 15 years, maybe who? Salif Keita, Winky D, I don't know anyone else that is sort of
who's
spoken
making
about
like music
any
about
form
like
of African struggle. I don't.
In
I
what? In
don't-
Africa?
In Africa,
I don't know.
I can't put my finger on anyone.
I don't know
you check-
anyone. In South
If
Africa,
you
do you
check
know
out
anyone?
Manex Motsi, he is doing that. But,
Yeah.
But also remember that
Manex
Manex Motsi, yeah. His music is for the streets, for the struggle.
Is
But
it
yeah, he
reggae
doesn't get.
or dancehall?
Yeah, it's reggae.
Reggae.
Reggae
Oh,
music.
Manex. I know Manex.
Yeah, from Butkin clan.
Yeah.
But his music is not played anyway.
Yeah, also
Like
remind.
commercial.
Yeah, remember that. Remember that the reason you might not be knowing about some of these people is because they don't want you to know about these people.
True.
So, there might
They're
be a reason.
gatekeeping.
But yeah, I think to your point, I think the days of having someone who's actually mainstream just waking up and be like, I do not care how this is going to impact my bread. I'm going to speak about our purpose as the people. I think those days are gone. Where like people like Miriam Makeba, they stood
Yeah.
up and
For the
and
people.
got cancelled and exiled and stuff.
Yeah.
Those days are gone.
It
And
goes
that's
back
what's
to your
so-
statement,
something
like I was saying, Kevin, it takes us back to your statement earlier on where you said they made us dependent on them.
Which is standing in the way of, I think, the core theme that we've established in this segment, unity, right? How do we
Yeah.
unite when we're not talking about? I don't know what my brother in Uganda is dealing with. How can I actually fight for the cause with him? You know. So, sheesh, it's a lot of weight on reggae's shoulders. But are we agreeing now that reggae in Africa is not doing
What it's supposed to
what
be
it's
doing.
supposed to do?
Yep, 100%.
I'm not agreeing.
Failed.
You're not agreeing there.
I'm not agreeing.
It is
Do you
It's
think
only that
it's
it's not
doing the
being
thing?
exposed. It's doing the things, but the people doing it are not exposed out there.
But
For
they
me,
have to
music
find a
as a
way. What do
tool-
you?
Who must expose them? So obviously the system has never been designed
To assist.
to assist the cause, right? So what's supposed to happen? How is like if I'm an artist and I've got a message,
Like
is
you.
it my duty to go to the taxi ranks and set up a thing? And is it
Yeah.
mine, or am I waiting to be put on the mainstream?
waiting
go
for the
there.
signal.
You go there, but
I will say this, right? If you have been given a
purpose.
gift, then yes, it is your duty. That's how I see it. Be it leadership, be it music, be it poetry, whatever. I think we're all given all forms of ways to advance and communicate and participate. It is your duty. But
Find a way.
unfortunately, it's no longer seen as that. And you know where I see the mistake is when we got independent, like most countries, right? When we took back our land, when we took back control of our lives and stuff, instead of doing away with those tools that were meant to box us, right? Those tools were then used to keep people in power. Those electoral policies, whatever, that were kept to keep our oppressors in power, our people then used those to
we
keep
implemented those ones.
themselves
Keep
in
them
power,
managed.
to protect themselves.
Yeah.
And we should have done away with those a long time ago.
African liberation in our lifetime, not yet to rule. We're talking about the role of reggae in current topics and the state of Africa right now. We're going to play a bit more music, and then we're going to end the show. Well, not end the show, in the first segment, and then move on to the dancehall segment. And what we'll talk about when we come back is a really exciting moment for us as a empire. We've got a new rhythm out that is a reggae rhythm, the Strictly Vernac, which is a very important topic we've discussed briefly on this episode, and it's language. We greeted each other in our native languages, and what is the importance of our languages being preserved? We're talking Africa Month, we're talking reggae, we're talking roots. It's LNTLive reggae segment.
Awu siyakhala ke manje Tshipi yalla godo
Bizwa yimini uZulu Papa Fuletha nabantu xama mjela bashenela kabamdlayo with skeleton plays at the man of the battle can't lose the battle kaboom
Thunyang linyamele Thunyang linyamele you wanna them Thunyang linyamele wakhala
hayi wena skeletoni sibisa zonke inkabi kamarashiya iningizimu Afrika yonke ngikhuluma ngomajozi ngikhuluma ngozuma ngikhuluma ngodaba ngikhuluma ngomkhulu
siyefike zama-pitbull inkhaba amarashiya izinja zegame ama-pitbull inkhaba amarashiya izinja zegame ama-pitbull inkhaba amarashiya izinja zegame ama-pitbull inkhaba amarashiya.
Taken from the Strictly Vernac Riddim.
Funa yemini park alikizmada emateksini amabutha kukhidlwitha ayibrenduti omega siyakhalala abomthetho bayasika siliyaphalala abasuthu kati sexini tikagaba bathosa dithabeng batlatsa bothalala kamyolobela bathwele imirathatha chepe yalakoto sekufike zama-pitbull inkhaba amarashiya izinja zegame ama-pitbull inkhaba amarashiya izinja zegame ama-pitbull inkhaba amarashiya izinja zegame ama-pitbull inkhaba amarashiya izinja zegame.
ngicacela umqondo ngicacela noqoqoqle rap ngidli ngibuza isibongo inqwele ngipheleni ingqoko qedela nobuthongo ney'nkabi zami edube hostel ezingangifela phinde sibhiqengeneyongo from ezola to dlamini deep clips to Dawsonville all the places and places banobuntu you can feel kodwa ukada boshesha sidlela inyawo but still it's real to survive they will rob kill and steal
ama-pitbull inkhaba amarashiya izinja zegame ama-pitbull inkhaba amarashiya izinja zegame ama-pitbull inkhaba amarashiya izinja zegame ama-pitbull inkhaba amarashiya izinja zegame.
Ithemba liphelile tuwaka murandiwa ngithanda wena muradiwa ndikuthandile ngilinde ngalinda ngalinda ngalinda
Duro production, Strictly Vernac Riddim. There's Muffy G on the rhythm, there's Red Eye Scotch on the rhythm, there's Black Calamari on the rhythm. The song that we just played you was from Pepsi featuring Lip Pearl. The first song that we opened with on the rhythm Isn't Just a Game. Skeleton Blazer and Zulu Boy, Isn't Just a Game. Sorry, we can't play the full rhythm because we're running out of time. Let's just talk briefly about the rhythm. What it do, what it does.
We're really excited about this rhythm, and it came from a place of love, and I think it's important for us to talk about it during Africa Month, because it came from a place of proud Africanism and the desire for us to grow within the reggae fraternity. And it's a series, and I want to categorically state today that it is a series. Every year, there will be a Strictly Vernac rhythm to give new artists or different artists the platform to actually voice in Vernac, and whatever your Vernac is, you know. Calvin can speak more about the importance of African influences. You spoke about okay. What was the thinking around the production with Strictly Vernac, and what's the intention moving forward from a production point of view.
But you know, actually, that actually came from you and Tuli when you're like, we need a distinctive African element, right? Because rhythms we have, right? Rhythms we have, but I think that whole distinctive African element, it actually came from you guys. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, what is it that we can bring about that distinguishes this from like a rhythm from JA? You know what I mean? And fortunately, actually, I know one of the leading Maskandi producers in Joburg, and I'm like, dude, we need a guitar. 2-3 weeks later, we had something to then develop from.
Very
but
dope.
I think it was that point of distinction to be like, okay, how can we differentiate this? And how do we make this our own? And not necessarily our own as a team, but to be like, how do we Africanize it? And I thought it was really great. If you guys don't understand the number of people that have like reached out to me and be like, dude, just that idea, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think sometimes that's what it takes, music wise, when you just think out of the box and think different. And that's what it was. It wasn't my idea. It's yours, and it was great.
Our
idea. Yeah, appreciate. Yeah, exactly. Well, but yeah, you know how you were demanding for this African sound, and I'm glad that pressure came about and be like, and just thinking like we actually need to do something distinctive, and we came up with something that we're like really proud of and really enjoy listening to. You know what I mean? So I'm actually looking forward to the next one. And the problem with music is when you do something that you feel proud of, the next one is probably the most difficult thing you can do, because now you're thinking, how do
You
I
need to
Only as
maintain
good
the
as your
level.
mouthpiece.
Thank you. Yeah, that's the thing. But like, and like you guys know, I've already started thinking about it because I'm like 2026.
What's the
you know what I
sound?
mean? We can't drop exactly, but that's the thing. And but it's really just been a great experience to work off of something that I'm like, this is our own. You know what I mean? It's our own.
And it sounds like us, right? It sounds African.
Exactly.
It looks African, we really are proud of this piece of work. Larry, what do you think? Because you always speak about people being active and not being passive about playing a role in the industry. Do you think movements like being strict about, okay, let's do a strictly Vernac rhythm, let's do a strictly Zim dancehall, like being intentional about having an impact in the industry? Do you think it's something that will help bring the voices we've been speaking about now of liberation and the struggle that we are currently facing? Is this a kind of opportunity for us to do that by creating our own sounds?
It does, to a certain extent. And also, I want to appreciate the rhythm first, It made other artists come out of their comfort zones, Like sampling all the tracks on the rhythm. If you listen to all the tracks, you realize like everyone need to get out of their comfort zone to be on that rhythm. So the other thing is, people, they will get this opportunity. It's an opportunity for them to start speaking out. The limitations will still be there because the bigger heads still understand the language that we sing in. But yeah, we need it. It's something that we need, Yes, the people who understand.
Yeah.
It's something that we really needed. People singing in Vernac, and also giving a little brief to the people of what their song is about when they push their song out there. It's something that I'm advocating for again.
Yeah.
But it's a masterpiece. It's something that needs to be done.
Away.
Strictly Vernac.
Thank you. We're running out of time. Like with every episode, we've got a performance towards the end of the first segment. So I'm going to quickly drop this South African artist by the name of... This is Black Youth performing live at the Maximum Styles Red Carpet, Volume 2. From here, we go to the second segment, the Dancehall segment. Stay tuned.
Oh yeah, Tuli, Pina, Long Pleasure, yeah. Oh yeah, win it. Run it off. A voice of consciousness, reaching out to the people. I'm feeling. Alright then. Hey, Tuli, Alsan Bonina, Alsan Bonina. Oh yeah, Tuli, Pina, Long Pleasure, yeah. Sure, oh yeah. Listen, oh no, my bed a good day. Oh my bona good day. Sure, season told a good day. Go my bona good day. I always say, what goes around it have to come back. You surely leave the town and surely came back. If I be who know I do, me I beg you think twice. I be a nigga in this a paradise.
Blaka Youth, the voice of consciousness. Taken from the Maximum Styles. Zazie Dancehall Reggae Red Carpet for him too.
Alright, let me talk to the people there. You see me? Yo, Tuli. Now say a word. You must see once see me dead. You almost disappeared here. Baby, yeah, yeah. Oko unkile ikizia yamchita iyapena. Tana iguchela nyamufuna and that is that again. Hey, Tuli.
The name of the track is Tuli. Catch you on the flip side.
Born in Jamaica, but mama I'm a African. Mama I'm a African. Papa I'm a African. Could I put me in a Europe? Still would be a African. Mama I'm a African. Papa I'm a African soldier. Yeah, man at the Johnny Contrast now. The musical messenger, live from Jamaica, representing and sending love for the whole of Mama Africa, you know, Gambia, Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Ethiopia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, South Africa. Yeah, man, big up all of the real warriors, all of the youths, them, you know. Yeah, we are talking about real honorable soldiers like DJ Tool the Tools. And we can't forget about Larry T. Them, man, they are the real generals in the conscious army. So fight them with music, yeah.